the Philippines where sunlight gleams, Brian Tess and family dreams. By the shorelines, kids at play in a tropical bright array.
Back at HQ, these blocks need to be moved up. I need a coffee first, we've just got here. So 8 AM, the typhoon managed to miss us. There's a breeze at the moment, which is just the complete tail end of the typhoon. So there's a great breeze, little cloudy, weather's perfect, and I'm ready for a cup of coffee.
Papang is preparing the chicken for breakfast. And Mamang is preparing the vegetables. It's papaya. Mang, say hi.
Hi. Kyle's busy chasing the manok, the chicken. So 22 minutes later and he still hasn't managed to catch one of these chickens. Ati Mjörn. She won't look because, why? Because you have a towel? She always looks gorgeous, but again, we're here and what's she doing? Hand washing, because it's so much. It's never ending, the hand washing. And this is the traditional roofing for the nipa huts and stuff here in the Philippines. That's all made from coconut leaves. Bound in nice and tight. Not sure if you guys can see that in the dark. Bound in nice and tight and overlapped. On the inside it looks much neater than the outside. The outside it looks like it would leak, but and this is the only power that they've got here for the main house. There's just one panel and wired up over to the house with one deep cycle battery and an inverter, just enough to run a little 12-volt TV, a few lights and charge up the cell phones and stuff. This is on the roof of Tess's mum and dad's old house. This was their old place before this one was built. Okay guys, so I had to clip this in. The reason being that I did tell the story and touch on the subject of the assassinations there on the video, but there's been more. It's increasing. There's now been 3 guys topped by the M14. Manoy Awi, his brother, and one of his cousins. And the story goes, and this is the issue is you don't hear this stuff on the news because it's all local stuff in the small provinces. It's always kept very hush-hush. It just happens around the area and people don't really talk. Only the locals gossip about it. Now, the story is, babe, what's the marites on the hits on Manoy Awi and his family? How many?
There are 5 on the list.
As I said, guys, it's not, people say, oh, it's too dangerous, you need to pack up and get out of there, and I'm not the one doing whatever these 5 guys did to piss off the person who's been out to assassinate them or the person they paid to knock them off. It's a common thing here that people will get weapons and use weapons when they've got a gripe with somebody. That's the issue. So the issue and the warning that I've given you guys is just be respectful. If you're not out stealing people's cows, pigs, robbing people, doing the wrong thing, sleeping with someone who's married, doing the wrong thing, then you should be fine, no matter where you are. I've asked, have those guys left town? No. If I heard that I was on a hit list, that my name was on a hit list, I would be out of there at 100 miles an hour. but these guys just hang around until the inevitable comes. So I will keep you updated whether these other two survive or don't. But yeah, I had to clip this because, as I said, I'd already stated there was 2 dead in the video while we were out on the land. Then the 3rd one got topped, so I removed that. I had to pull the video back down, remove that area and clip it with this little clip. So back to the progress update on our build off grid. We're just on a short road trip at the moment to a couple of barangays away from where we are. We're trying to track down a bricklayer at the moment because it's not easy. When you get out into these really small provincial areas, tradesmen like that, bricklayers and stuff, are hard to find. When you do find them, they're already on a contract and they've got work to do for 3 months, 6 months building something. So it can be a bit of a task. This is the 3rd or 4th, babe, bricklayer we're going to speak to. 5th. This is the 5th bricklayer we're approaching now to try and get someone to lay some bricks and build this shed. And then, of course, once the shed's done and we get in there, build the house. So, road trip, testing out. The scenery is so beautiful here in the Philippines. I love the bush, the banana palms and the coconut palms, and you come into these quaint little villages, these little tiny barangays, and they're just really peaceful, quiet places. And as you can see, she didn't even look. She's only a kid, wouldn't have a driver's license, no helmets, bike is probably not registered. And this is the land where, oh, that's destroyed. There used to be a little shed here at the beach.
Destroyed by the typhoon.
Destroyed by the typhoon. This was the land that we originally were looking at purchasing, directly opposite the beach, where Tessa's auntie lives up the back, and Tessa's father owned this land, but we didn't go ahead with it, and it's since been sold. But it's directly, this is what we would have had for a view had we built a house here. You can see a little bit better here now. And when in the Philippines, when in Rome, that's my parking. I didn't want to park any further off because of all the debris and shit there from the typhoon. You can see, look at this mess. This is what the typhoon left. It's just been so destructive. As I said, there was a shed back there, it's gone. People used to sit there while others swam in the water here, and it was a nice place to sit, but it's completely gone now. So I'm sort of glad that we didn't come out here and buy and build, because you don't really get any protection from the wind from the typhoons with being directly opposite the water. So right now we've arrived at this 5th bricklayer's residence, and I've done the smart thing. I've stayed in the car with the air conditioner going and let Tess and her cousin Rosalind go in to talk to the bricklayer, because you know what happens if they see the white guy walk in. She's quite good at negotiating, actually. From the time we started organising our wedding, she was making all the calls and negotiating on the phone and busting people on prices for everything we needed when we got married a couple of years ago. So she is quite adept at negotiating, so I'm hoping she can negotiate a good daily rate off this bricklayer. A lot of them have a fixed rate here now and they won't change it, so if that's the case, that's fine, as long as he doesn't want to charge me any more than he would charge a Filipino to lay the bricks. So we managed to get a bricklayer, the guy in the yellow shirt here. He's come out to have a look and see what we can do, where we can do it. I wanted to actually build a hollow block shed next to this because I was going to use this for a carport, but there's not enough space in here to do it, so we're going to have to remove this that the boys have already worked to put up. so we can fit a hollow block shed here, and we'll stay in that. Maybe we can move that, babe, over here. I don't like jackfruit. Joke, actually I like jackfruit. She's worried about the jackfruit tree. And this is the land that Tess's sister cleared for us not so long back, and you can see they've had a lot of rain here in the last few weeks. But Tess has decided we're just this side of the well. This is where she wants to start planting and put a garden. So right now with the rainy season, it's soft, the ground's pretty soft. So we've got the Filipino working over here. I told her get the fork and turn it all with the fork first, but as usual, my wife doesn't listen to me like most people's wives. They ignore you. So she's using the shovel instead of the fork. I've also got a pick, but you know, and a hoe. And no, I'm not talking about my wife. I've got a garden hoe. We can't get Uncle Ray's truck, but we're on our way out to see if we can wake Jeppy up out of bed and get his tricycle, or what do you call it, babe?
Tangkalan.
Tangkalan, they call it here, which is it's a sidecar you can use to carry pigs, the baboy, or carabao, or cows, or they carry all sorts of livestock in these sidecars that they put on the motorbikes. Normally they'd put 25 blocks on a sled behind the carabao, but with mine they'd probably only put 20 at a time because the poor carabao has to drag that weight. So we're going to see if we can get the Tangkalan and Jeppy to come out and load the blocks on that, move some blocks over. So we managed to find the house. This is the Tangkalan I was talking about. That's a Tangkalan. And for you old guys from Australia, you remember Coke adds life. Rice is life in the Philippines. Coke adds life. That was their campaign many years ago in Australia. And Jeppy's just arrived. And instead of using the Tangkalan, which is what we were going to use, actually the boys are getting approximately 50 blocks per load in the little Suzuki multicab. So that's like 2 trips with the carabao, and it's about 4 times faster to drive across. So we're getting the blocks over there much faster. Can be very difficult because everyone's not English speaking here, so we need to be here 100% to supervise the builders when they start on the house. So yeah, the boys won't be happy. Kui, Wendell and Papang actually knocked that up. There's a little makeshift shed so we could store some stuff in. So now it's got to come down and go out of the way so we can put up our hollow block shed. And I said to Tess, that's a shame the boys did all that work. She said, it's a shame we paid them to do it. I said, well, we didn't pay Papang. Papang has not accepted, he will not accept 1 single cent from me for any of the work that he's done. All the work that he's done here, over on the pig pens, this shed, the well, ploughing fields, seeding rice fields, he's not accepted 1 single cent. And in fact, if you guys remember on the video when they were doing the pig pen, I explained we were going to use some recycled iron for the roofing, which we had off their old house, but the sheets are quite long and we didn't want to waste them and he didn't want to cut them, so he said no, we'll save those because maybe we can use those on another project that we need longer sheets. So he actually paid for the roofing sheets on the pig pen, all the new sheets. So not only has he not taken a cent off me, but he's given us money. So for those people who say, oh, you're supporting your Filipinos family, no, not in the slightest. None of the family, apart from paying my brother-in-law to work, and he's earning the money that he's getting, None of the family have had one free single peso off us, and the family have actually helped us out, providing a lot of materials, recycled materials, and providing free labour. So yeah, if you're with a Filipina and her and her family are just hands in your pocket all the time, you're with the wrong woman. Go and find somebody who's genuine Filipina and genuine Filipino family, because they're not all like that, trust me. I can tell you firsthand. Well, the boys have got the old structure down and starting to dig some foundations to get this shed up. It should be up by the end of the week, and we can get a roof slapped on and a door in and a couple of small, we're just going to put a couple of small windows in it because it's only going to be a shed when we're finished with it. So some fly screens on there just to stop the mosquitoes and flies from getting in. And if you can see the string line there, that's where we'll elevate to. So we're up off the ground. Boys just getting some foundations dug now, and it's only going to be a shed. Like I said, it's only going to be 10 foot wide by 18.5 feet long, and just enough space to throw a bed, have a crap, keep a ref, and then we'll probably have like it won't really be a dirty kitchen, but we'll just find a place outside to set up a table with a double gas burner with a gas bottle, so we can cook, and at least we'll be here on site while they're building over here. So there's actually some action happening finally. And just to give you an idea how fast the rice grows, there's our rice fields that were planted a couple of weeks back. You saw in the video that I posted last week, that was 4 days ago we were here. Yeah, 4 days. So it's now got a little green over all of it. When we were here 4 days ago, it all looked very muddy, very much like those. It was very muddy, and they'd been planted, but you couldn't see. You could just see the green sprouting. But now there's some green across the top of all of it. So 4 days, it's shot up that much. Don't forget to like, comment and share if you're enjoying our content. Check out the links in the description below. I always put a link in the description to the dating site where I met my gorgeous wife. If you click the link, you can create a free profile there and check out all the Filipinas if you're searching for one. Thank you to everyone for watching. Thank you to all the newcomers, subscribers we have. Thank you to everyone that's been with us from day one. Stay safe, guys. Click the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. And from an Australian in the Philippines, peace out.